You know what was happening a year ago in this street in Maidan. Now I would like to invite the parents, mothers, relatives of the heroes of Heavenly Hundred. They will address Ukrainian people. Now, first of all, I would like to give the floor to Roman Sapchuk, who's the press secretary of the charity organization family of Heavenly Hundred, and he will introduce the speakers and he will tell us a little more about that. Good afternoon. You all understand what date is. It's the 20th of February, the date which has launched the development of our country, has changed the vector. We started moving in a different direction. We can talk a lot about that. We can create a lot of pathos around that, but we all understand what was happening on the 20th of February a year ago. We understand what was the price we paid for getting that change. The price was enormous, and we understand what's happening in our country, in the east of our country. The war is going on. Now, it's the unique moment because more than 400 relatives of the Heavenly Hundred heroes arrived to Kiev. These are people from all over Ukraine. These are parents, children, those who are left and those who are close to those people who a year ago literally washed by their own blood these buildings and the house where we are, the building where we are, on the streets. Please come here. These are the parents and the relatives of the heroes. And this is the face of our nation, the face of our nation, those people who educated their children on the moral principles. Strong moral principles. Why the opinion of these people is so important? These people have seen, have realized in their life certain things. They have seen certain things in life which is difficult to say. Mother of Roman Guryk, please come here. And these people, you see, they found strength to continue living and to move forward. It's not time to cry. I want you to look into the eyes of these people. Please understand what people these are. Hear them, and let's go forward to the victory of Ukrainian nation. Thank you. The relatives of the Heavenly Hundred heroes, every one of them wants to address our Ukrainians, because this is called the address of the Heavenly Hundred families to Ukrainian nation. I am mother of Ivan Panteleiev. We lived in Kramatorsk. Even now I still live in Kramatorsk. When my son was in Maidan, he called me. He said, I cut down my hair, just left the hairdo of a Cossack, and they were all praying to God. And he also, he got baptized. He was not baptized before. On the 20th, he was killed. He was a poet and composer. He wrote the verses. They, with their young hearts, stood on a snowy Maidan. He loved his motherland. He wrote a song, Donbass, please think, we are the single country. Donbass, think, we have one spring. Donbass, think, we are all brothers to the Ukraine on our native land. And then he says, we need to get together like a fist. And I said, Vanya, you have Tatar, Polish, Lithuanian, Russian bloods. Who are you? And he said, I'm Ukrainian. I know a girl, and she has two friends. One is in Donetsk Republic, another one is on our side, and she writes SMSs, please don't kill each other and don't kill my brother. How old is your brother? He's 1 month old. He lives in Donetsk. I want to address Ukrainians, don't shoot at each other. Take care of each other. take care. And I want to address the Russian mothers. Don't let your children go to this war. Don't give them to this awful slaughter. Save and preserve your children. I am the sister of Roman Senek, Lesia Senek. Every time when I was in Maidan, I was asking one question to the one who committed these awful crimes. What for? Why did you take the life of a person away? For money? How much were you paid? How do you live today? How do you sleep? How do you breathe? Do you think that your crime will be unpunished? And I want to address our authorities, dear authorities. Don't let people lose the hope and the belief and the trust. We do not want punishment. We just demand justice. Thank you. I am the father of Mykhailo Zhiznevskyi, who was killed in Maidan. He was one of the first ones. We arrived today from Belarus, from Gomel. I came with the wife. The daughter could not come. We are grateful to Ukrainian people that they do not forget Mikhail, who was killed. They do not forget our family. They write letters to us. We even received a letter from near Minsk from one pensioner who wrote verses dedicated to Misha Zhiznevskyi. In Belarus, we have many people who really are compassionate with Ukrainian people, with our family, with the family of Mikhail, who was killed. And I address Ukrainian people, get together. Don't allow to split your country. Don't shoot at each other. We are grateful to Ukrainian people, and we wish that all these bloodsheds are stopped so that people can create normal, peaceful, and happy life. Thank you. I'm Victoria Opanasyuk. My husband, Valeriy Opanasyuk, was killed in Maidan on the 20th of February. We have 5 children, 4 of them of younger age. My husband was not afraid. He went to Maidan. He wanted to change the country, and he wanted to give better future to our children. I want to tell all Ukrainians, let us be friendly, let us be united, because what's happening in our country, we have to be united, strong. Thank you all for the support, for not forgetting and supporting all of us. Let us be united, Ukrainians. I am the mother of Ivan Vlok. I would like to address you, Ukrainians. Let us be united. Let us help each other. My son died because he could not live in such a state. He said some things are to be changed. They have to go there. We need to replace the authorities, and if people can, if they cannot do something, we need to do something for our children. I came with my family, with a friendly family, with his wife Natalia, his daughter and his son Pavlo, and my sister Svetlana. We are really very much concerned about what's happening in the country. Let us all help everyone so that we come out of this sorrow, of this disaster. Glory to Ukraine. And good afternoon to everyone. I am Irina Guryk, Ivano-Frankivsk. I am the mother of Roman Guryk. Always when people ask me whose mother you are, he's a guy with curly hair, and I want to smile all the time. Because this aspiration to life and the gaiety that he had more than all of us together. My son was 19 when we are looking at his notes. When we are looking at some of his notes, you are getting surprised because you understand that not everyone, even those who are 60 or 70, not everyone understands things that he understood at 17 or 18. And his main credo in life was every person should live in this world so that you do not hamper any others with your actions. You shouldn't cause any evil to anyone. And I have a wish. Let us do like that, and I am convinced that if every person in the morning wakes up and tells to himself or herself that I will live so that I will be just helping others but not hampering others, then I am convinced 100% that this will be the world where all these guys wanted to live. Thank you for attention.
Good morning. I'm Volodymyr Bondarchuk, and the son of my father, Bondarchuk. He was an absolutely happy person. He had everything. Wonderful family, favorite job, active political and civic life. But his heart was aching for Ukraine. Ukraine was more important for him than anything else. That's why he went to Maidan. For us, for relatives, for the family, it is the most important that the victims, this sacrifice was not wasted. I believe it's not wasted because after the Revolution of Dignity, lots of people have changed. Ukrainian nation was formed. Only 100 with their blood. They created foundation and gave us an opportunity to change this country, to change. They changed the direction of our country, and all of us together, we should unite. We must change our country from inside. We should get together and we should win this horrible war. Only together we can change our country. I also would like to remember our wounded boys who were very close to our family members, who during February they lost their health. They became disabled people. I believe that I hope the state will pay attention to them. The government will pay attention to that, and the parliament passed legislation on social support, and I hope that the president will sign it, because those people, they are witnesses. They were creating that revolution of dignity, and they were born once again here on February 18, 19, 20. Also in January. That's why I ask all of you, we must unite. We must move to those ideals, to those dreams people had during the Revolution of Dignity. Glory to Ukraine. Glory to heroes. Good morning, Roman Ushnevych. I'm a brother, Oleg Ushnevych. Hero of Ukraine, hero of heavenly 100 who died on February 20 last year. Now in Ukraine we have the war. A year ago, Ukrainians they were not afraid to say no to what was happening in our country. And many of Ukrainians at that time They were afraid to say and to stand for justice, for truth, because the regime was such that they were oppressing all protests. And they didn't give people, Ukrainians, to develop. They didn't give such an opportunity. But Ukrainians, as history shows, could overcome their fear, and they could come to Maidan. And on Maidan, they were fighting for that Ukraine about which they were dreaming, about which they were taught by their fathers and forefathers. The history shows that for Ukraine, Ukrainians are ready to die for Ukraine and to give the most precious in their life. My brother gave his life for Ukraine. He is a hero of Ukraine. It has happened in our family that grandfather and grandmother, they were fighting for Ukraine too. They were fighting as a part of UNUPA, Ukrainian Rebellion Party, and they were arrested by communist authorities and they were taken to Siberia. They wanted Ukraine to become the one they were dreaming about, and they were fighting for, strong, independent. And you see, it has happened that my brother now, these days, a year ago, died for Ukraine, fighting for what all of us were dreaming for. Today, the best children, the best sons of Ukraine are fighting for that too, and they die for Ukraine. And I would like to appeal to Ukrainians. All should understand that nobody will bring us something on a plate. Nothing will change by itself. We should understand that each of us, if we walk to that goal, that Ukraine is united, independent, and strong, then we will win. That's why Ukrainians, overcome that fear in yourself. Don't be afraid to change yourself, first of all. When everybody is different, then we will be able to unite around our ideas of Ukrainian patriotism, nationalism, and then all of us, we will be united, and only in such a way we can win. Thank you. Glory to Ukraine. Glory to heroes. Good morning, dear friends. I'm very happy. Good morning, all Ukraine. I'm very happy that with the family we were able to get together, and we had on May 15, 2004. I'm very proud that we continue that thing that our family members gave the most important their life. I mean generation. Ivan, he's 5 years old and 8 months. Polya is 11 years old, and we are ready to fight and to continue what they started. And I would like to convince all our Ukrainians to make sure, like as Shevchenko told, we have nothing to lose except our shackles. That's why we'll fight. And now it's a year. A year has passed after what was happened in our country, and we would like to tell our leaders that in the cost of our relatives, families, they were elected, they run our country, that we wanted to tell value every person, every soul, because there is a lot of shortcoming. We will not discuss that. My Polina would like to ask our neighbor, our Putin. Dear friends, she's Ivan will say, Putin, get out of our country. Our Pola wanted to say, glory to Ukraine, glory to heroes. She also wanted to say, Putin, get out of our country. We will not allow anyone to abuse our country. We want peace. We don't want blood, and we don't want tears. Glory to Ukraine, we'll win. Glory to Ukraine, glory to heroes. Glory to Ukraine, glory to heroes. It doesn't make sense to add anything or to make it more precise. I would like to repeat it again. This is the face of our nation. These are the people who will live with those who became a part of our history. And this is a phenomenon. It will live forever in centuries. And I would like to say that there are a lot of things. The most important what I like, that these people have the power to move on, to fight. A lot of them help to our soldiers on the front. There are a lot of questions to our government. This is a wonderful, beautiful, powerful power that was guiding also the Heavenly Hundred. Mykhailo Zhiznevskyi, he will be a hero of Ukraine. We will make necessary changes in our legislation for that. And really, we want the government to understand. We understand it's difficult. We want the government to see these people. This is their first rare. They should understand that these people are ready to stand with them, and we are ready to do something what is necessary to defend our country and to make it prosperous. At the same time, I would like to thank yesterday the leadership of the state of the country. They heard us and they realized one thing. As I understand, today there will be they will say officially, announce 5 more heroes of the Heavenly Hundred, because there was a study and we found 5 more people. The government didn't find them. For example, we have the mother of Iurii Dyakovskyi. He was from Stry, Lviv region. He was on the Maidan all the time. 2 times he was wounded on Maidan. He was thought to be dead, and but he survived. He had a bullet wound in his head, at the back of his head, and then they healed his wound. What do you think happened? He continued, and when we saw that there was problems in the east, he went to Slavyansk to fight there, and they tortured him there severely. So here's the question: is he a hero of the heavenly hundred or not? He did more than he could do on Maidan. Today, I believe the president will mention him, and I would like to thank. That was a decision of the head of the state about that, and I would like to thank for that. And I would like to thank all families of Heavenly Hundred, all organizers who found me and who explained to me why my son is a hero. The death of my son was very simple. We were together with him. Deputy Rybak from Horlivka City Council. He was from the east of Ukraine. He died on the same day, and why we have the same Iurii Popravka, who was from Kiev, and my son from the west, from Lviv region. All with their death, and they once again they showed that we are united, that we are not we are inseparable. And he was on Maidan. He told And I told that there were only people from the West. No, he said to him, so many nice people from Kharkiv, Sumy, Poltava, from Chernihiv. There are so many, I have never seen so many smart people, and such people who would like to change something in Ukraine. Mother, we will change, but that would be a war. It would be a war. I didn't believe him. And he told, we have to deal with a very severe aggressor, and he helped our military men to get out of Crimea. He told that Putin would not stop. He is the enemy who will drink a lot of our blood. That's why let's unite it. We are united, east, west, north, south. If we are together, there is no power that can separate us. And let's fight and we'll win. Glory to Ukraine. Glory to heroes.
Good afternoon, I am Stepan Svechanyk. I am the brother of Bohdan Solchanyk, the hero of Heavenly 100. Today is the day of memory of not just the heroes of Heavenly 100. We should remember not just the names of these people, but we need to know the names of those who committed crime, not to repeat the mistakes. When I was talking to Bohdan last time, he said, I am at the front line. We are going into offense. The guys went to the front line, and we have no right to betray them. And one more comment. I want to say that the best award to all the relatives of the Heavenly 100 heroes will be punishment of those who committed the crime. This will be very difficult. It's difficult not because there are no professionalists and evidence, but because there's no will, unfortunately. Thank you. Very briefly. At the same time, we would like to say that during this year, these friends and their friends for me, they should be friends for Ukrainians. We found so many friends who join, and we get together around some positive things, and we achieve success. Ukrainians are to be united, and some of the friends are Ukrainian Crisis Media Center, the organization, the community of people, which is doing a lot. And I can tell you many things which are behind the curtains. And Gennady Kurachka is a person who helped a lot in many social things. I want us all to know that. I see absolutely that this is a very serious information, friend of ours. And Gennady, we thank you, and we are ready to move forward and to win together. Thank you. If I may, very briefly, I would like to thank all the families of the perished heroes, heroes of Heavenly 100. I want each family to give such a booklet about Euromaidan. That is a brief story of your victory. And I want to give to Roman, to the archives of your organization, the special project we were making together in the Ukraine Crisis Media Center, UN 100. That is a story. It talks about Heavenly 100. And that project was given to the leaders of 100 countries of the world. On a photograph, this is the photograph when one copy was given to Obama, and that is the copy of the same book, Roma. And then everyone will take these brochures in Ukrainian. Thank you. Today is the 20th of February. Irrespective of where we are, we can light a candle at home, in the office, pray for every soul that has been fighting and is fighting for Ukraine, for Heavenly 100, for heroes who are in the East. We need to value. When we start valuing our heroes, then we will be respectful to the country. And in Maidan, the parents, the relatives of Heavenly 100 will be giving the book of Requiem with the information about these people. I would like to request you will be able to get this book from them, and they will write their wishes. I value such a thing as Heavenly 100, and this is what will be uniting us. And I really thank to all those people with who I have been communicating for a year. Ukraine is unique and the nation which cannot be defeated. Thank you, Roman. Thank you, Fred. Whatever we are saying, the words will be empty. They will not be able to explain all our feelings. And we really have a big, big debt to all of you, to all those people and other relatives of Heavenly 100. Thank you. And while I'm near the microphone, maybe another announcement.